At this point, there's a few tools that you work with quite often that I probably should spend a few minutes talking about. Now, notice that between the previous video and this video, the developers managed to get the decoration bug fixed so that both of the lived-in connections and both of the eats connections are actually decorated together as they should have been before. So, the developers are continually working on the product and are very responsive to fixing bugs that are identified with the system. So it's really encouraging. So I've talked before about being able to pin and unpin an item. If there's any question about whether or not items are pinned down, if you simply press the B key, which stands for bounce, you'll be able to tell whether or not something is pinned. If I take Jerry and I unpin it, and then I click the bounce key, notice that Jerry bounces all over the place. So I'll go ahead and select him and repin him, and then put him back where I want him. We talked about being able to change the direction or make the connection mutually directed, depending upon how you want the relationship to look. Also, this item for delay, if there's a substantial delay between one element and the influence of that element on another element, you can use this delay tool to insert what's a typical delay indicator into the connection so that it's there to say that the relationship between Jerry and cheese is delayed so that Jerry waits some period of time before he eats the cheese, or whatever it is that you intend for it to mean. Trash, I said before, if you select an item and hit delete, it will delete it. It will put it in the trash. Items that you delete in Kumu are a lot like deleting items in most operating systems. They don't actually go away completely. They're in the trash, and you can actually go get them out of the trash. And if you want to find out what's in the trash, you can look at this menu and go to trash, and it says there are 3 elements and 1 connection in the trash. This destroy all is essentially empty the trash, but if you want to find out what's there, you can look here and it will show you, and you can delete them individually if you want to. Though if I create an element, let me call it ABCD, and then now that I've created it, let me go ahead and delete it, put it in the trash. So now if I tell it that I want to add an element, I call it A, B, notice that it shows me that that element exists, so I can select it and put it back. So what I've done is I've essentially taken it out of the trash. That's how you get an item out of the trash. You indicate that you want to reuse it, and it will come back out of the trash. So if I look now, I should find out that, that if I look, ABCD is not in the trash any longer. But if I delete it and look, then I should find it in the trash. There it is, ABCD. So the last one deleted is at the bottom of the list. Additionally, I talked about going to perspective and using decorate elements and decorate connections. You can do that from the perspectives panel, and from here you can also edit and delete the decorations that you have added. You can also do decorate from the menu down here. Notice that this opens a slightly different window in that it says, do you want to decorate similar elements, all elements, selected elements, or custom selection. Custom selection is this cross section. Though note also that it says it knows that there are typed elements, groupings of elements, so that you could say I want to decorate the animal types or the Jerry types notice that I have two jury types for some reason. Um, that's interesting. I thought I only had one jury label. Maybe I have another bug. Though there are, when I go from here, I can create the decoration and I can also select. In other words, if I click this item and then shift select, I can select multiple items and then I can tell it that I want to decorate the selected items. So I would now end up decorating all four of those items that I have selected. So it's a way to decorate a cross section of the items as opposed to just one of the items. Um, cluster is something we'll talk about later, and this, yeah, we'll talk about this later. And in the filter, because we now have types, you could say that I only want to see the places type, or I only want to see the food type, or I want to see just the animal type, so that you can select a cross section of the components of the model based upon the types. And this is another use for types that's not available for use with tags, but we'll get to more selection in the future. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about focus and actually navigating a map. So this is a little bit more of an introduction to some of the tools across the bottom that you will find useful on an ongoing basis. Hope you found this of interest, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.